season, you ultimately have to keep your eyes on the prize. And, of course, veterans know hard work now pays off later. You want to protect your record and start building late-season momentum.
And now the opening lineup for New York. At the 4 and the 5, it's Randall and Robinson. Then it's R.J. Barrett. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's the general in at the shooting guard position. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Pass to Sohan. Now Hayward, guarded by Barrett. Stolen by Quickly. And now the Knicks on the break. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Now for the Knicks, what's it going to take to bring them back to the glory days?
Oh, that's a loaded question, B.A. But first of all, a superstar would certainly help. They haven't really had one for quite some time. If they can either develop or attract an elite all-star player, that would be a start to turning this New York franchise around and becoming possibly a contender.
Both shots good from the stripe.
I mean, there are some great guys in this league. Coach Greg Popovich sticks out. Just a tremendous person. I loved competing against his teams.
Here's Sohan. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Now here's Vassell. Defense is right there. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Big finish!
Oh, did you see that?
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam!
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Sohan. Pass to Bowen. Shot clock at 6. Now Porzingis. Count that one. Coach Pop, the NBA all-time leader in wins. Any memories facing off with his Spurs?
Well, I always knew that his teams would play hard, they'd be prepared, they played the right way. And, of course, they exemplified the toughness and character of their leader, Coach Pop.
Now here's Barrett, and stolen by Porzingis. On the break. From deep. The shot off that time.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
And stolen by Porzingis. Inside. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Porzingis has got 5 points.
Kristaps Porzingis, with that release point and that size, difficult to check in the painted area.
Here's the general. He's guarded by Vassell. The general, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Pass to Sohan. 3-pointer. Vassell can't get it to go. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's the general. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Timeout.
He's got 10.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Timeout called, the Spurs. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
The shot, no good. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Diallo, no good. For New York, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Here's the General, covered by Diallo. The General, no good. Diallo outside. 52 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Pass to the General. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
And for San Antonio, they're shooting 44% to start this ball game. Here's Bowen. Brunson defending. Here's Bowen. Pass to Diallo. 5 on the clock. Driving to the basket. And the layup is good off the glass.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Here's the General. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
So he gets them both. Here's Primo. And he lays it up and in.
A nifty play off the dribble. Creates barely enough space to get off the shot.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game.
13. The Knicks. 14. Spurs fans going.
Lineup here for New York. The Knicks with the lead. On the floor for New York. We've got Julius Randle. And it's Grimes in at the 3. Here's the General. Uses the glass on the layup. 16 points for him.
You look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Thanks, guys. Well, the General, their last time out against the Pistons, had a huge game. He contributed 40 points and shot the ball extremely well from both the field and the line. He was dominant, and they're hoping to get more of the same from him tonight. Take it away.
And the only question now, how does he follow up that performance?
Yeah, each night comes with different challenges, and I'm sure their opponent has seen the film.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Here's the General. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Count it. Good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, Doug McDermott, a high IQ basketball player, understands when his teammates are open how to find them.
Pass to Randle. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And he's just crushing them with plays like that. I mean, just continuing to pile it on.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And stolen by Diallo. From downtown. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
It was textbook rim protection in that game, taking real pride in shutting down the other team.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
And the Spurs making a change here.
And early on, he was drawing a lot of contact and getting to the stripe. But that hasn't been the story here in the second quarter.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's the General. Oh! Ooh, finishes with style. A double clutch jam.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to And so it's the New York Knicks up 15. just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, Grant, every team is looking for that perfect five on the floor, that magical lineup. In your mind, is that synonymous with small ball?
I think it is, B.A. I mean, having players that can play small, can switch on defense, obviously play multiple positions on the offensive end. It's just a combination, when executed properly, could be a nightmare for the opponent.
We've got Devin Vassell. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Gordon Hayward. And it's Bowen in at the one. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Here's the general. They get the rebound. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
I think obviously the shot blocking skills are the first thing you think of when you think of Mitchell Robinson. But this guy is showing signs of improving on the offensive end as well. Early in his career, Mitchell Robinson feels like an old school big to me. This guy owns the painted area. He's completely focused on finding those close range opportunities to score it.
Hayward to pass to Vassell. Counted from distance. Vassell's got 8.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Gordon Hayward in that instance. You think of him as a scorer, but he's a terrific setup guy as well.
Pass to the general. Four on the clock. And out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Mitchell Robinson's focus on high percentage looks has given him record-setting efficiency doors.
It has, B.A. In the abrupted 2020 season, he finished with a field goal percentage of 74%. That put him over Wilt Chamberlain's old record. I think that says it all.
To the middle. Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, the emphatic finish from Julius Randle. Get off your feet, young sir.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Bowen can't hit.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
The general, no good.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone...
Out to the right wing. Here's Sohan. And that's a foul called on P.J. Washington. That's his first foul of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. Randall is checked in. Pass to the general.
Knicks substitution. Julius Randle.
55 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. That one drops for him. 26 points for him.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Diallo on the wing. Here's Sohan. Diallo outside. Pass to Washington. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle.
Man, the defender really went after him.
It would seem to me with P.J. Washington, basketball was ingrained in his DNA. Why? Each of his parents' guys played Division I basketball.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Toppin. And the general gets it to go.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Primo. Fires the 3. No good that time. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Knicks delivering the blowout. And we're coming right...
63.
And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
Right back, man. Let's go score, stop, score.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. At forward, it's Barrett and Randall. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's the general in at the 2. From the stripe. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 9 rebounds now.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's the general. And he makes it on the layup.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And the Spurs shooting just 42% so far in the game. A shot from the mid-range. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
To the inside. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Pass to Hayward. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here he goes. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on R.J. Barrett.
You know, of late, Gordon Hayward has now started to play the game with an edge, and I love his ability to get to the bucket and make the defense foul him.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's the general. He's guarded by Vassell. And Porzingis with the block. Vassell outside. Gets a very good look and converts.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
Cuts off the pass. Hayward outside. Back to Vassell. Fires it from 18. The Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
You know, they continue to feed him the ball, and he keeps delivering. The leading scorer in this one.
The Spurs have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
Oh, my. And that was textbook defense. Positioning himself well to send it back.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Here's Bowen. Robinson defending. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Hey, we've heard a lot of coaches say, including Warriors coach Steve Kerr, about load management. If you want to see the Stars play more often, cut the schedule back. Maybe 72 games. Grant, your thoughts?
You know, B.A., this is a problem and a concern, I think, for the league. You go back 20, 30 years ago, Stars played every night when available. Now you're not seeing that with the workload and the back-to-back and the concern with players and their safety and the amounts of money they make over their contracts. 72 games is a possibility, but I prefer to keep it at 82. Maybe I'm just a traditionalist.
Pass to the general. And it's New York scoring again.
That's 2 things right there for R.J. Barrett. It's awareness and unselfishness. Pretty pass.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Now here's Hayward. There's 1:54 left to play in the fourth quarter. Porzingis misses. For New York, they've gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth. Here's the general. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Pass to Sohan. Back to Vassell. Clock at 6. 3-pointer. Quickly with a rebound.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Knicks.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the General.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Here's New York. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Here's the General, defended by McDermott. Lets it go from deep, and the General gets it to go.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Deflected. They retain possession. Outside Hart. Goes back up. And Toppin pulls it down.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Outside Hart. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in.
One more. Pass. Can't stop me. I'm open left.
And one!
Rodney.
And one!
9-0 start. Break. Good pass.
Nice cut, Bray. Nice cut.
12-0.
It's just so funny how, like, all the energy in the chat has changed now that we're up.
That's right.
And after the last couple seasons, it's nice to get back to the more normal way of doing things, isn't it, Smitty?
It is, Kevin. We saw the playoff bubble, the reduction in games, more back-to-backs. Shows you how much can be taken for granted.
So the New York starting five. Randall and Robinson will be the inside pair. The General is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Barrett at the 3.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And so he makes both from the line. Van Vliet with it. Trent outside. Van Vliet passes to Barnes. Over Randall. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Now the Knicks with it. Here's Game Face. Misses the 3. Oubre with it. Now defended by Randall. Van Vliet outside. Back to Siakam. The pass to Trent. 6 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
And Smitty, Fred VanVleet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Last time they met in New York.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
A couple things stood out for me. They were relentless, and they also played under control. That's a deadly combination.
Here's Game Face. Bucket is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Oubre after the made shot from the general. Trent outside. Jacks up a three. The offensive rebound. Siakam makes it off the glass.
And the lid comes off the basket. After 4 straight misses, they finally get one.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. He really thinks his team needs this win after losing the first 2 games of the season series to this team. He wants them to stop the dribble drives and other penetrations to the hoop. He said, we've seen how tough these guys are finishing around the rim. The challenge for us is to force contested shots. And we'll see how that works out.
Thank you, David. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against Miami.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they've got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
And the Knicks with possession here after Kelly Oubre missed from long range.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Raptors trail by 5. And Greg, starting your career with the Knicks, what's the pressure like playing in New York City?
I tell you, the amount of media following you, the size of the city, it can be intimidating. But if you win, man, there's nothing like playing in New York.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Looney's checked in for Siakam. Achua comes in for Barnes. Hachimura, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And Flynn subbed in for Trent. So for New York, their last game, a win against the Spurs in San Antonio. Launches it, and that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from the General. The General's got 9 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Hachimura, coming off a solid outing against Miami. Now here's VanVleet. He's covered closely.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Here's the General, covered by Flynn. The General can't get it to go.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Outside Flynn, passes it to VanVleet. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Reynolds is checked in for New York.
Knicks substitution. Substitution on the court.
Randall passes to the General. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got his 3rd assist on the night. Raptors trail by 13. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And New York, looking at who they've got, the forward spots will be Barrett and Randall. Emmanuel quickly out there with the General, and it's Toppin in at the center position. Just 4 to shoot. Kept alive. Here's Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. New York shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. That free throw good from the general. And different games, different officials. Something that might be called a foul in one game, Greg, may not be called in the next. As a player, how do you adjust to that?
It's a great question, and that's part of being a veteran. I learned early on, you actually scout officials the same way you scout the players. They have tendencies as well.
And they call an illegal screen here. And every year it seems like outcomes in the playoffs can hinge on health. Steve, it's part of the game, as you well know.
It is, Kevin, and we hate it because obviously health can change the direction of a series or a team. But the one thing teams are doing a better job is they are lengthening and going deeper into their bench.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. New York shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight. Fred Van Vliet is checked in for Flynn. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 14. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. Randall against Siakam. Here's Trent, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Love the determination from Gary. It's why he gets these whistles.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, if you guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr., he can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots from inside or outside the arc.
And it's time for an injury report. Let's check in with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, for an injury update on Kelly Oubre. David.
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for the Raptors let me know the status. He told me that there are strained ligaments in the elbow, but that is it. Luckily, no major structural damage. It's unfortunate timing all around for them. Of course, they will need to band together while he's out. We'll see how they respond. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
And we're seeing that across all sports. Guys are just getting bigger, faster. The human body can take only so much.
The Knicks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And the Raptors with some changes. Looney's checked in for Siakam. Achua comes in for Rui Hachimura. And Oubre subbed in for Trent. Oubre finds Looney. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Establish.
And so it's New York.
Hold half of play. The score is your Raptors 25. The Knicks 36. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Raptors Youth Dance Team.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And you know the general has been really making it happen, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Hachimura out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's the general. He's covered by Hachimura. Out to the right wing. Here's Game Face. Oubre pulls it in.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Pass to Hachimura. Barnes, right side. Back to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off the mark.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General, in his last time out against San Antonio, played some superb basketball. He scored 46 points, and there was no answer for him all game long. It looked like he got whatever shot he wanted out there. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. And he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And that's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
The General can't get it to go.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Now here is Hachimura. He has 6. The dish to Barnes, and Barnes gets double teamed. Hachimura the pass to Barnes. Oubre for 3. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And Toronto making a change. Trent's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Obi Toppin's checked in for Randall. During his childhood, Hurricane Katrina forced Kelly Oubre Jr.'s family out, and they had to move.
And the Oubre family moving from New Orleans to Houston. Kelly saying he still thinks about the day his family left NOLA. Feels lucky they found a new home.
Gets it down to single digits. 8 points for Gary Trent Jr.
Fights his way through the trees. Gary Trent Jr. with a nice finish.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Looney comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Achua in for Hachimura.
Getting high in the air. Gary Trent Jr. teaching the rim a lesson.
The Knicks leading by 10. The General. Good. The General's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Barnes looking around. 6 to shoot. Here's Trent. Achua the pass to Looney. Van Vliet outside. Barnes outside. No good on the 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Here's Game Face over Barnes. A 7-footer fall. That one from the General. The General's got the lead up to 14 now for New York. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Barnes outside. Here's Achua. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Pass to the General. Puts up a 3. To the left wing. Second chance shot, and the Knicks good for 2.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Van Vliet outside. The pass to Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in. Barnes has got 4 this quarter.
Good work inside. Barnes showing how skilled he is close to the rim.
And so it's the New York Knicks up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands. when he's the man in charge.
So many good.
With some changes. Looney's checked in for Rui Hachimura. And it's Scotty Barnes in for Trent. The General, he's checked in for the Knicks. And New York, looking at who they've got. Randall and Robinson will be the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with the General. And it's Barrett at the 3. Barnes passes to Siakam. Now Barnes. Barrett covering. For 3, Van Vliet. The Raptors rebound. Count it, good. And now just a 4-point Knicks lead.
The effort from Looney on the offensive glass. A hustle player who really wills himself out there.
Back to quickly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Van Vliet picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Oubre's checked in for Toronto.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The General passes to Robinson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Barnes. Van Vliet on the wing. And it's off from 3-point range. New York leading by 5. Game face. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. The General's got 12 points in just the second half.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Barnes. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
It's just a passing clinic from them in this game. Solid communication and unselfish play all around.
And also they are working the opposition from the mid-range, continuing to fire away with confidence from there.
Achua, he's checked in for the Raptors. Barnes against Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
The confidence of Scotty Barnes' game is pretty inspiring. Even against savvy veteran opponents, he believes in his own abilities, and he gets it done.
New York leading by 7. Here's game face. Off target from outside. Knocked away. Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The General's got 34 points.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for New York.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the General.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Robinson finds quickly. Here's game face. Oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Kevon Looney is checked in for Siakam. Perkins comes in for Scotty Barnes. Jackson, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And Flynn subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's game face. Here we go.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
From outside the arc, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Back-to-back.
Okay, it's a tie game. They have never led, so let's keep the ball rolling for Team White.
Let's go. Get a stop. I have to give a lot of credit to the world after this segment.
And Brent, for those star-laden teams, this has to be a difficult time of year to stay completely focused.
Well, those teams have a bigger goal in mind, BA, all the time. And there is no doubt, they always think health first, getting proper rest, and making sure they're playing their best basketball come playoff time.
Now Washington starting five. Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Johnson is out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Davis in at the 3 slot. Now here's Morris. Outside Davis. Back to Beal. He's off on that one. And New York the other way now. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
They were allowed to ramp up their offense as the defense they faced was barely present.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Outside for Davis. And a miss there on the triple. A guy who plays with great confidence, Grant. Davis is always looking to attack.
Yeah, and BA, that's true at both ends of the floor. His competitive nature allows him to guard an opponent's best scorer and at the same time shoulder much of the offensive load.
Here's Johnson. Good.
And Beal finding a guy with a better look that time.
Here's Quickly. Here's the general. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, BA.
Hey, little exclamation point. Beal outside. Pass to Davis.
Come get it, come get it.
It's hauled in by Robinson.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
They grabbed their own miss. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Inside, Barrett fighting twice as hard, working through that contact and trying to get a shot off.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Well, Brent, Canada is well represented in the NBA these days. R.J. Barrett may be leading the charge.
Man, if you put together a team of nothing but Canadian players, you'd have a pretty strong 5 out there. And Barrett's a guy who might be the leader of that squad.
Now here's Davis. Turned in an outstanding game against Detroit. Just 3 to shoot. Morris for 3. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
New York ball.
First quarter of ball. Almost 2.5 minutes in. Out to the wing. Here's the general. 5 points in the game. Connects from downtown. Give him 8.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Beal outside. Morris against Quickly. Morris outside. Over Quickly. Oh, and again, unable to change momentum here. Here's the general, guarded by Morris. And Gafford with the block. And they'll keep possession, and it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go for the Knicks. Toppin comes in for Randall, and Brunson is subbed in for Quickly. Here's the general. Oh, it's blocked by Bamba. And they get it back. Outside Barrett. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Here's the general. New York, no good that time either.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Robinson with a steal. Here's the general. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And so it's Washington with it, following the bucket by the Knicks. Pass to Webb. Fires for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
For New York, they've gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Here's the general. He's got 10. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Here's Avdia. They trail by 11. Pass to Kispert. Here's Trice. Down low. Kispert's shot is good.
Well, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Here's the general. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Here's Webb. 17 points in his last outing. Over Brunson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Jalen Brunson picks one up, and he can't get the first one.
Webb at the line. 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. 5 ticks left in the first quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 18.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart.
And so it's the New York Knicks up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
And so in the game for Washington, Morris and Beal are the backcourt pair. Cameron Johnson out there with Davis. And it's Gafford in at the 5.
Thanks, guys. Well, the general, their last time out against the Raptors, had a huge game. He contributed 42 points and was dialed in, looking good from deep and from the line. He put up significant numbers. So the question becomes, can he do it again?
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Love it when Obi gets a few steps. He can really get up there.
You know, for most players, being a starter has value. But, Grant, some elite teams have been elevated by great players who have accepted a reserve role.
And it's really special, B.A., when you have that. Players who are willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the team. Putting winning first at all costs. When you think about it, through the years, Manu Ginobili with the Spurs, Andre Iguodala in Golden State, it really can galvanize a team and lead to winning championships.
New York has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Quickly, outside. Here's the general. Give him 20. Gets the three to fall. 23 points in the game.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Back to Morris. Pass to Beal. Looking to win the run. Here's Johnson. Now here's Beal. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Washington has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second.
Knicks foul.
So it's both. And so it's New York in total control, up by 29.
44. The Wizards. 15.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Well, the Wizards shooting just around 26% for the game. At the 4 and the 5, it's Randall and Robinson. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's the general in at the 2. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half. Pass to Beal. The 3-ball. No good there. And New York will come the other way.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. That one's on Monte Morris.
One shot.
Beal outside. Pass to Johnson. Davis with it. Goes up from the top of the key, and the jumper is good. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night. New York has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. Here's the general, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
Morris outside. Pass to Beal. Outside Johnson to the paint. And then Beal with the dunk.
Bradley Beal still got a little bit of the ups.
Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Here's the general. The shot no good. For Washington, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Well, Brian, the Wizards have been aggressively reshaping their roster. What they haven't done is tear it down and start a rebuild. That's often the most popular route for teams stuck in the middle, but the Wizards seem to be hoping they can catch lightning in a bottle. Back to you.
No appetite for the restart, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Beal. Baseline jumper, and that comes off the assist by Morris. Beal's got 7 points in the game.
Beal is a star and a top-shelf scorer, so that jumper is as pure as it gets.
Here's the general, pounded by Beal, and the general gets it to go.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Morris outside. Pass to Beal. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple. Beal's got 7 now in this quarter.
A slow start for him, but making amends here in the second half.
Here's the general. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Grant, the NBA has led the way when it comes to diversity and representation in high-level jobs. Grant, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, B.A., I love this. I mean, the NBA really, truly has been a leader when it comes to this. Whether it's coaches, front office, in the league office in New York, living and embodying the spirit of diversity and inclusion is what the NBA is all about. It's fun to be a part of.
The NBA where everyone is welcome. Here's Webb. And another basket for Washington.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. A few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Here's the General, guarded by Morris. The General, and it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Bamba's checked in for Washington.
And really strong at the line since the break.
1:52 left in the third. Pass to Avdia. Here's Trice. On the wing, Davis. 6 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
The General, no good. The Wizards have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Davis from long range. The Knicks pull it in. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Outside Davis. Fires in the triple. Davis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
And the General gets it to go.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Avdia. And here's Davis. Here's Webb. Takes the 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got rebound number 7 tonight. 26 seconds left in the third. The General, no good.
Well, he was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
Pass to Webb. And there's the rejection.
And Toppin has that kind of reach. 7'2" wingspan. Get that out of here.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Knicks out front, delivering the blowout.
The Wizards, 29.
And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Kispert, and it's Avdia in at the small forward position. Washington shooting at about 34% here in this game. Pass to Kispert. Well, Grant, we're seeing players extend their careers. Often diet plays a big role. How important was that in your day, and how important do you think that is now?
It's so important. The food you put into your body, the rest, the recovery, all of that plays a role in extending your career and having great longevity along the way.
Here's Chandler. Inside and out of bounds. The Knicks will take it.
That's tough because that one's preventable.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Guarded by Morris. Pass to the General. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, and a great win for the Knicks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the General.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Beal, the pass to Morris. And he gets the bucket.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
To the right side. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Bradley Beal, and he drops it first. And that's good as he hits both shots. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Right side, Davis. And Toppin pulls it down. Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
Outside Davis. Pass to Carey. Outside Davis. Here's Kispert. Unloads. And so New York takes this one by a big margin, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Brent Berry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is